ఢిల్లీలో జరుగుతున్న ఇండియా టుడే సదస్సులో సీఎం కేసీఆర్ మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
But there was a nervousness whether Telangana could actually do it and whether the splitting from Andhra Pradesh was the biggest mistake that Telangana and indeed Hyderabad, where we are today, was making at the time. 3.5 years later, you've settled most of the doubts. What changed in the last 3.5 years? Were you nervous on June 2nd, 2014? An honest answer, were you nervous? Have I made a big mistake?
Thank you, Rajdeep, for setting some good words in my favor. As a matter of fact, it was a great dream of the people for 7 lakh. It was a struggle started by not KCR alone. So many before me also made sincere attempts. But at that point of time, it was not possible for them to achieve the state. After a full understanding of the fizzled out movement, we had a brainstorming of at least 3,000 to 4,000 hours before we started our agitation in the year 2001. So the beginning of the agitation itself was with a full scale of understanding. It was not by emotion. We just did not come onto the road, say Jai Telangana. It was a scheme of things which we really drafted. And definitely I can say, Rajdeep, at this point of time, it's a very, very learning point for the people who fight for their causes. The way we conducted the movement, without any violence, without any destruction, all through the movement, you watched us. You was with me, we met so many times. It was not a mistake. Just now the gentleman there was giving the progress card of Telangana. I thank him too, because we were arguing during the course of agitation, once we are a state, we will be a number 1 category state in the country. And we will be contributing, while reconstructing ourselves, we will be contributing to the nation building process, which we had successfully done in the last 3.5 years and proved to the nation. I was not at all nervous, and it was not a challenge before me. Rather, it was an opportunity to reconstruct, rebuild Telangana, and we made the same strides. We are successful. Here, one point let me mention to you very clearly. The Comptroller and Auditor General of India, who finally finalizes the figures, financial figures of all the states. I am very proud to say here today in this conclave, in this prestigious conclave, Arunji is also here. Last year, our growth rate was declared by the Government of India, by the COG. We were number 1 in the country. This year also, like to like comparison to last year, by end of December, we again continue the same growth path. And we are also rated number 1 in at least 16 measures which are measured by Government of India, not by ourselves. EODB, we are number 1. Green power production, we are number 1. At the beginning when Telangana was formed, we had only 10 megawatts of solar power. Today it is 3,500 megawatts what Telangana produces today. It's a fact.
I'll come to both the positives and the negatives, but I again want to come back to that day of June 2nd, 2014, the historic day, because the sense was that, is the Telugu identity going to get split? And there were comments of yours, for example, which you had said at the time, that Andhra employees will have to leave Hyderabad and go into Andhra Pradesh. What would Telangana have apart from Hyderabad and the infrastructure that had been built? I just want to understand, do you have regrets perhaps at any stage? Do you ever wake up in the night and say, look, I was after all responsible for splitting the Telugu identity? Do you ever feel that way? Do you regret those statements you made?
Rajdeep, let me very clearly make it. The question of regret doesn't arise. Why? Because there was nothing like a Telugu identity Nothing like Telugu identity. I'm sorry to say.
This
Somebody
is
may
being
mistake.
This is being spoken by someone who was very close to NTR at one time, became part of the...
It's a different issue altogether. Andhra state was a different state. Telangana was a different identity. The culture, the festival celebrated, the language spoken, the accent, what I mean to say, the accent, everything was totally different. Even during the merger, in the all the intellectuals, all the people, all the political leaders, all the systems of Telangana have bluntly opposed the merger. But unfortunately, the state was merged. And I will today say that the formation of Andhra Pradesh was a blunder, it was a failure. And today, the separation of Andhra Pradesh is a story of success. Today, I can tell you with proud, the budget proposed for this financial year was about 1,49,000 crores. I think you know the budget estimate and the budget reach. We are definitely positively going to reach the mark of spending 1,25,000 crores. The capital expenditure in the state of Andhra Pradesh was not exceeding 15 to 20,000 crores at any point of time. Today, Telangana's capital expenditure is reaching 50,000 crores. 50,000 crores. I will give you all the necessary
And
account.
there hasn't been the flight of capital that you or some others feared at the time. Those Andhrites who had kept their money in Hyderabad would take their money out of Hyderabad. That hasn't happened. To that extent, will you give credit to those who maybe hail from a Guntur, a Vijayawada, and have chosen to make Telangana and Hyderabad their home? In that sense, this has
Rajiv,
proven
let me tell you one thing. People who are really exposed to the history of Telangana know the fact. Wealth making in Telangana began at the time of Nizams. So many people from the north, from Rajasthan, Gujarat, so many other parts of the country, they came here, they made wealth. Today, let me tell you, there is one place called in the old city of Hyderabad, that is Guljar House. Those Marwaris who came at least 300 years back to Hyderabad, and they still say Telangana is our motherland. Except for Andhra people, there was a misconception, mispropaganda among the Andhras by some vested interests that we will lose this, we will lose that, we will lose that. But let me tell you one thing. The major component, the major chunk of Andhra people live in Hyderabad city. The way we won the greater Hyderabad municipal corporation elections, no party ever recorded such a victory. Out of 150 seats in the GHMC, myself and my colleague party, my friendly party, we won about 144 seats. All the rest of the parties left over with only 6 seats. That's a clear indication. It was a total mispropaganda. It was total misunderstanding. But it is proved otherwise.
In fact,
nobody left Hyderabad.
In fact, I am
Rather, people are coming more to Hyderabad.
In fact, I am suggesting, K. Chandrasekhar Rao, why don't you pitch for Hyderabad to be made the second capital of the country like Ambedkar wanted? Because it is north of South India and south of North India. So it is ideally located in many ways. And most people believe that Hyderabad in that sense should represent this confluence of Indian...
I want to bit cutthroat here. Fortunately or unfortunately, after 70 years of exercising of democracy, we are yet to understand our country fully well. Yes, I make the comment as a responsible person in the country. See, the Finance Commission do come once in every 5 years. They give some report. Ultimately, Government of India adopts some of it and some of it not. See, today we are growing at a faster rate. Our own economic resource is on the rampant growth. We are better than Gujarat, better than Maharashtra, better than Tamil Nadu. So many manufacturing states are there, no? In spite of so many troubles in between, we made a tremendous growth. It is proved before the country. The Finance Commission of India makes recommendations to disincentivize to growing states. Let the people know it well today that wealth of a state is wealth of a nation. Cutting down or curtailing growth of any state in India any state of India is cutting the wealth of the nation. Let there be understanding. And as you mentioned, second capital, we welcome. If the nation wants, Hyderabad always welcomes such a move. We have no objection for that.
You have no objection if Hyderabad is made the
The
second
whole
capital?
India comes to Hyderabad, we welcome it. We
Well,
have no objection.
Well, all of India is coming. Certainly the IT sector and capital is coming to Hyderabad, Mr. K. Chandrasekhar Rao. But as you said, what is the secret? Is the secret formula then that small is beautiful? That in India, the smaller states are more likely to succeed in the future than the larger state. You made an interesting allusion there. You said we are better than Gujarat.
Yes,
Now,
certainly.
over the last 10 years, all that we have heard in this country is the Gujarat model. Are you saying there is a Telangana model in this country which is far more successful than a Gujarat model, and it's based on small is beautiful? The smaller states have a better chance of of succeeding in India than the larger states. Maybe all of India should have many more smaller states. We should have Vidarbha tomorrow. We should have, I know people in my home state of Maharashtra will attack me for this, but why should Maharashtra be split also into a couple of states tomorrow?
I beg to disagree once again with you. Because Telangana is not a smaller state. We pleaded. There are 17 states which are smaller than Telangana. It may be a surprise to people to know. We are bigger than West Bengal. We are bigger than Bihar, as per the geographical contours are concerned.
In your land area.
Yes.
But your population is much
Population
smaller.
wise also we stand at 12th place in the country. We are not small. I dispute with you. We have been pleading during the course of agitation also to convince people, to convince the then Prime Minister, to convince Srimati Sonia Gandhi and so many others like you. I was arguing there we are not going to be a smaller state. And we proved to be otherwise. We are bigger than any other state in the country in at least 15, 16 areas.
So you tell me, what is this Telangana model that you believe is superior to Gujarat? Why is Telangana, in your view, superior to
One day I
Gujarat
was
model?
talking to Arun Puriji over the phone. I have requested him to come down to Hyderabad. I have requested him to come down with some senior journalists so that I can arrange an helicopter for him, so that he can go around Telangana state and see personally what is happening here. We made a stride of identifying the human resource with a different trend. Let me tell you a beautiful story. It was for me to stir up the rural economy. As the other journalist was mentioning, just before you came onto the dais, Hyderabad city being very big, one of the big metros of the country, big metros of the world also, and the state of Telangana. When we incepted, Telangana state used to import about 650 lorry loads of sheep every day. Every day. Sheep used to come from Rajasthan, so many other states in the country. We have designed such a beautiful program, and it is proved to be so successful. We have taken up that particular work in a mission mode and secured a loan of 5,000 crores from the NCDC. Then we started distributing the sheep. People were laughing at me initially. Today, I can tell you, successfully we have implemented that program by way of distributing 38 lakh sheep today, and the lambs born to them are another 13 lakhs. Telangana today added 50 lakh sheep population after the inception of the state. And the sheep is a moving bank. Moving bank. I can say it's a moving bank. Telangana will start exporting meat, processed meat, very well processed meat, to the entire country and to all the foreign countries also. Very shortly we'll start that.
So basically, if Gujarat has the lion, Telangana has the sheep,
No problem.
right? Okay, that's
Lion or sheep doesn't matter. Only thing who makes the fast buck is the matter.
well said.
It's creating wealth. That really matters, no?
You have an interesting model here, because what I see is
Rajiv, let me
in Telangana.
No, let me also
Yes,
mention here.
yes.
At one point in time, I was propagating, because when we incepted, the power situation was very grim. It was really very tough. It was a real challenge for us. But we could overcome the crisis in such a manner. Within 6 months of time, we started supplying 24 hours power for the industry and 10 hours power for the agriculture, 24 hours power supply to the domestic needs. Today, I am proud to say Our installed capacity when we incepted was only 6,000 megawatts of power, out of which 2,800 megawatts was the hydel power, which was not a firm power. Now today the installed capacity of Telangana is about 14,000 megawatts. And very shortly, by the year 2020, the installed power capacity of Telangana is going to be 28,000 megawatts.
Power is a potential big success, but if I were to turn to an area of concern, and it remained a concern even before Telangana was formed, which is irrigation. And essentially you've got a situation where in terms of farm suicides, Mr. Chief Minister, your state is the second highest number of farm suicides in the country after Maharashtra. 2014 we had 898 farm suicides, 2015 1,358. You've had a couple of bad monsoons. The fact is that the farmer of Telangana may not be celebrating as much as possibly those today living in Hyderabad are. Is that a dark area for you at the moment, a blot in a way on your record?
Not at all, because when we incepted, I'll take a little more time here, Rajiv, because let people know what exactly is happening here. My first priority, you rightly mentioned, the number of suicides by farmers was much more. It was a distress. It was a very painful area where we were suffering. Suicides by farmers was not alone the issue. The weavers were also committing suicides.
Yes.
Because the state, the whole region was under great distress. We thought it's our duty, it's our bounden duty to relieve people from the trauma. And we designed such a welfare bouquet. The pensions we have taken from 2,000 rupees, we call them as Asara pensions, from 200 rupees to 1,000 rupees. For the handicapped people, we pay 1,500 rupees a month. No country pays, no state pays. And the PDS system, the previous governments were giving 4 kg per person. We removed that capita, and 20 kg was the cap for a family. We have removed the cap and we have increased from 4 kg to 6 kg per person. And any number of people are there in the family, they can get the rice. Like this, so many things we have designed. We spend more than any state in the country towards the welfare. It's about 40,000 crores of rupees per annum we spend on subsidization only to bring the society out of the vulnerable situation where the suicides can be stopped, where some constant confidence can be instilled, confidence can be infused. And from there, I am now coming to the agriculture. Agriculture also, Telangana is going to become a role model to the country. Yes, I can proudly say that. Now, as far as the irrigation is concerned, Telangana was allotted with water, but that always remained on paper, always remained in the secretariat, in the files, but it was never materialized on the ground. The projects which were envisaged, which were contemplated to flow in Telangana were never completed. And now, we have an allocation of about 1,350 TMC of water in Godavari and Krishna. We started doing wonders in irrigation sector. Recently, the Central Water Commission of India has come down to Hyderabad. They were in a word of praise, such a praise that we have not seen this kind of a work. That was what I was requesting Arunji to come and see Kaleshwaram project, which is a prestigious project. Our mission was to complete the ongoing projects like Devadula, Nettempadu, Kalvakurti, Bhima. We have completed them. Now, Palamuru district, Mahabubnagar district, from where the migration was about 15 to 20 lakhs, more than half population was migrating. I am proudly putting it to you today. Now, today you can go and see 6.5 lakhs acres is under cultivation, paddy crop is under cultivation in Mahabubnagar district.
So will the farm suicides in your view stop? Will they decline?
It is going to definitely come down. Another thing which I would like to mention to you, with an estimate of 1.5 lakh crores, we have taken up 3 major projects. One, Kaleshwaram to take water from Godavari. Another is Palamuru lift irrigation to take water from Krishna. Another one is Sitarama lift irrigation in Khammam district, again drawing water from Godavari. Once these projects are complete, you will see Telangana irrigating about 1 crore acres. 1 crore acres. We will make it a reality by 2020, by end of 2020. By 19 June, water will come, and the field channels, distribution network, all that to complete, that will take 1 more year. By 2020, I welcome you to Telangana, Rajdeep. I will take you. I can show you proudly that Telangana is today irrigating about 1 crore acres. Another one more thing. The supply of fertilizer was erratic. Spurious